Our next presenter is Jeremy Dickens, and Jeremy has submitted a video that I'm going to play now so that everyone can see that. And so then there'll be questions after that.
Hello, I'm Jeremy Dickens. Thank you for this opportunity to present to you my project to develop an avian index of tropical forest health to promote sustainable forest use and combat climate change. Tropical forests play a key role in climate regulation, given the ability of trees to store carbon as they grow. Therefore, deforestation leads to the release of this carbon into the atmosphere, contributing to climate change, and is the second largest source of human emissions worldwide. On the other hand, the sustainable use of forest is one of the most cost-effective climate solutions, with the potential to absorb up to 30% of these emissions. As such, it is a key target of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. However, current forest indicators, namely forest area, provides little information on the condition of the biological communities they contain or ecological function. This lack of information makes it difficult for enterprises in these regions to manage resources sustainably. On the other hand, millions of birdwatchers around the world, including myself, store observations on digital platforms, creating the largest biodiversity databases on Earth. The largest of these is eBird, a platform at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology, which has logged nearly 1 billion records by 700,000 users and continues to grow exponentially at around 20% a year. The potential uses of this data are thus enormous. Given that biodiversity forms the basis of ecosystems, this data contains valuable information on their health. The question is, how to extract this information. We therefore propose the development of a simple biomonitoring tool that uses the birds present to provide crucial information on forest health, sources of impact, and trends in these factors in a way that is rapid, inexpensive, and easy to use. We will thus create an index of bird sensitivities to human impacts. This will be followed by extensive field surveys to calibrate indicator variables with actual forest conditions represented as 4 to 5 simple eco-status categories. We will then apply this to open data to generate a continuously updated online map of forest conditions at scale. This tool and map would enable more informed decision-making to promote sustainable forest use, including goal setting. It thus provides a powerful means to track progress towards achieving sustainable forest use, making it ideal as an indicator for Sustainable Development Goal 15. It also provides a means to evaluate the impacts of climate change on tropical forests themselves, enabling a better understanding of the risks associated with these changes. I hope to carry out this research as a PhD at one of the indicated universities starting later this year. We have chosen Latin America as the study region due to its crucial role in climate stability, although there is potential for later expansion. As such, we have agreements with local partners to assist with data acquisition and are requesting funding from multiple sources. For cloud computing, we require technical support, so hope to work with eBird and apply for a Microsoft AI for Earth grant. Once developed, we will publish our tool and research and launch the online map and hope to incentivize their use by working with key players in the region and achieving policy relevance. Therefore, we would like to invite the organizations present to join in this exciting venture to take climate action using open data.
Jeremy's here to answer any questions now. So I will check to see if we've got any questions from, if any of the panel of experts want to post any questions to Jeremy, please just unmute yourself and ask.
Yeah, it's Eleanor again. Thanks, Jeremy. It's really interesting. Can I just probe a bit? Because I've never heard of eBird. Actually, it's quite interesting. I might have to go and look at it. Anyway, so you've got a new customer to eBird, but is there a link? I mean, presumably the open data on eBird already has open data, and there must be a link between that and forest sustainability. Is the research outlining that and drawing those conclusions and making that available and understandable, is that already open? Because I just don't know enough about that area, and is that something that this could all feed into?
Yeah, thank you for the question. So basically the method we're wanting to use is one of biomonitoring, which is, it's used in other, with fresh water, it's particularly well used, where you use organisms present and you can get a measure of the health of the ecosystem. So we're basically trying to use that for the first time in forests themselves, because it hasn't been done, it hasn't really been done for any terrestrial system. So this would be a first in that regard.
I'd love to jump in here, Jeremy. Number one, absolutely, please do apply for an AI for Earth grant. We would love to see your application. Your project is a great fit for the program. Followed up with the question, I'd love to understand, I know there are a couple of different research projects that are looking at various biodiversity indicators, some looking at bird populations, some looking at other wildlife species as a proxy for ecosystem health. Can you chat a little bit about how you think your approach may be different from some of those existing research already underway, or some of the tools that that are already out there?
Yeah, thank you for the question. Yeah, I mean, there already are a few projects, especially using bird data, looking at changes in population and movements. So it's more to do with the ecology of the birds themselves. There's the Predix project in Europe that uses open data in Europe for these purposes. But our aims differ because we're looking more at the sensitivity of the birds to certain impacts. So like each bird would be scored, and I would give different impacts for different scores for different impact types. So you could almost have like a scoring system for habitat loss versus for poaching pressure versus for invasive species. So you get a more complete picture of the kinds of impacts that are present at the site as well. And obviously all of that impacts the sustainability of the forest and its ability to store carbon.
Jeremy, we've got a question now from one of the people who's joined us, which is saying, this is Robbie Morrison. Some bird reports are locked to protect individual birds, but this information may well signify important ecological information. Is this hidden data an issue?
Sure. I'm not too sure about that in eBird actually. And I know that they do hide data from public view, but I'm sure there must be. I'm not too sure about the specifics, but there must be ways that you can access the data to use it for this. But 99% of the species, and especially the ones that are relevant, for telling forest health, the data is pretty widely available.
Okay, great, thank you.